the men's room. In my family, on my father's side, if a woman was abused, the men took care of it. So there are a lot of issues that go on in our community that I don't understand. Because if a brother disrespected me, he had my father, my brothers, my uncles, and everybody in Virginia that knew me to deal with.
That's
so
right.
I never feared my men. I never feared anything I could give birth to that could be my brother or that came from someone that could have been my mother. I don't fear y'all. I know you. And if I don't, my daddy does. It's called the men's room. And my cousin back there got my back, even though he ain't on my daddy's side, but you know. And this is about a situation where an aunt, a great aunt was killed back in 1910 by some raping men, and the men took care of that situation. I'm sorry. I always use my face in this book. We put it together. The men's room, 39. We were there for her funeral. They killed Justice. Cousin Justice was dead, and we were burying her for the second time. The second time. And we knew who did the crime because they sat there while the men dug up her body when they found it in that ditch. Cousin Justice was dead, murdered, killed, and the men gathered. Sunglasses tinted their tears black. They turned and walked into the parlor and closed the door. And it became the men's room. They were making plans for justice. They were calm as they invoked the unity prayer. And we women could see them through the lace, enough to see them praying, or were they drawing a map? The men were meeting to serve justice, and what cause could be more noble? The elders talked, the warriors listened, the griots took it all in for later use, and the accountants tallied up the costs. What would be fair? Because they didn't want to twice murder justice. Whatever is done, it must not be overkill. It will taint our cause. They went out with love for justice, and we women, we stayed and we cooked, because see, the living were going to be hungry soon. So Grandma closed the door, and we cooked. And the men came home, and no one spoke, and no one cried anymore, because the men had taken care of our cause. So then, after Granddaddy tipped that wine for the brothers and sisters that weren't there, we began to eat. Pass the greens, please. I'm hungry for life. In D.C., I'm known as the lust funky jazz poet. I wasn't going to kick no lust tonight, but it's in my nature. This is one for a man who's in Trinidad, and I was saying this place reminds me a lot of some places that I did some gigs in Trinidad. His name is Anthony, and this is called Anthony's Poem. You are the river that flows through my dreams, that makes me flow towards you. As lustful thoughts swarm, oh, my rivers warm and my mountains, well, they grow towards you. I lay with my femininity displayed, and she's coaxing my fingers to take your place. But my fingers are no substitute for your hands, your body, man, or your face. But something must be done to ease the pain that is caused by my missing your pleasures. So I lay here and dream of soaking up every drop of your exploding treasures. But as these memories warm through my dreams and I do this lonely dance in my bed, I lust for the time when I can be impressed and swallow the millions of thoughts in your head. Please, my darling. ever known about me. I had cancer, and I decided that I wanted to live, but during the time when I thought that I was going to die, I had written my own request for how I wanted my funeral to go, and it's called, I Want Funeral Music. You see, I want funeral music, not no sad, crying stuff. I want something like they play in Louisiana, New Orleans to be exact. Because when them people die, they play like them people lived, honey. I'm talking about I want some juju music. I want to bring alive some spirits that were only there, honey, before I was born. I need some funeral music. I ain't talking about no sad, crying stuff. What I'm talking about is something like maybe Take 5 is only taking a break from y'all. I need something like, I'm taking an A train. Just a little trip across the water. And I might even see you when I'm dancing in Harlem. What I'm saying is I want funeral music. And I ain't talking about no sad, crying stuff. What I need is, yeah, y'all gotta play that religious stuff. I need it to be, God bless the child, like Lady Day used to sing it. Because, darling, I need to be buried in the wood from Duke Ellington's piano box. And don't put me in no concrete casing, cause I won't be no good to anybody nor you. Yeah, baby, and when you're done, plant an uncommon tree over me. And when my fruit ripens, you're gonna say, she couldn't sing nor play a lick, but damn, she's still giving us her version of Strange.